Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Wednesday, the 27th day of September, World Dense Breast Day. And that has to do with like breast cancer awareness and all that. National Day of Forgiveness. National Scarf Day. Seems kind of early for that, but today is the day.
A little bit.
National Corned Beef Hash Day. I would have expected that to be near St.
Yeah,
Patrick's Day.
yeah, me too.
National Crush a Can Day. You know, it has been a long time since I've crushed a can. Have you crushed any cans lately? Because back in the day,
Not recently.
we used to crush them all the time. Now it's like you don't crush them anymore for some reason. National Chocolate Milk Day and National Women's Health and Fitness Day. All of those things happening today. Plus, going to talk about the Disneyland that never happened. The second project that Walt Disney was going to do was called Disneyland on the Mountain. And I've got a couple of folks that are going to chat with me. They've got a book called Disneyland on the Mountain, and it's a project that never happened, and we're going to chat about why it never happened and get a little update on that many years after it was supposed to happen, coming up in just a bit.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A recent study found those who drink 2 to 3 cups of coffee daily have a lower risk of depression and anxiety. So that's good. The research published in the Psychiatry Research last month found that people who drank more than 6 cups daily were found to have a higher risk of depression and anxiety. So the magic number is between 2 and 3, but less than 6. Those who drank 1 to 2 cups of coffee daily had a slightly lower risk of developing depression or anxiety, but not as low as those who had 2 to 3 cups a day. Researchers said caffeine is believed to be a factor that influences mental health. So if you're drinking too much coffee or not enough coffee, it can make a difference. So again, they say the average, the number you're supposed to aim for is 2 to 3 cups a day. I think I have 2 to 3 cups just in one cup, though, don't I?
Pretty much. Your cups are big.
My coffee cups are huge. All right, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that a new anti-obesity drug could allow you to lose weight and eat anything you want? What? Doesn't this sound just like too good to be true?
Yes.
Scientists say they've
I don't
discovered
believe it.
what they call an obesity switch in your brain. It controls a cluster of neurons in your brain that regulate fat expenditure. Researchers at the Institute for Basic Science in Korea say this could lead to the end of obesity for billions of people in the world.
That would be amazing.
The team say that they've already conducted very successful animal trials of a new drug, which helped mice lose weight without cutting down on food intake. So what they're saying is they got a bunch of formerly fat mice that are now, regular weight mice. But
supermodel mice.
yeah, but will it work on me is what I wonder.
And will it cause cancer?
And will it be super expensive?
Yes, it will. I guarantee you.
All of these things are unknown, but we think we know. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. After 10 seasons, The Masked Singer is getting a panel shakeup, but it should just be temporary. Rita Ora will be stepping in for Nicole Scherzinger for season 11. I don't watch the program, so I don't know who these people are, but I'm sure some folks out there know exactly who I'm talking about. And for you, there you go. Now you know. And singer Macy Gray and actor Chet Hanks, the son of Tom Hanks, and I'm trying to think who else. There's a whole bunch of these people are going to be cohabitating in a new season of The Surreal Life. I didn't know.
I didn't know that was
even
even still a thing.
The show started back in 2003, and then it was resurrected last year. Okay, that's why.
That would
and
be why.
Steve Martin is kind of like discounting some claims that he was, quote, rather horrid to work with on the 1986 film Little Shop of Horrors. There's a new book that came out from one of the co-stars that was just saying he was extremely hard to work with. And he's like, yeah, that's not
He said, nuh-uh.
He said, yeah, I know you are, but what am I? No, I don't know what he said. Big Screen, Little Screen brought to you by our good friends at InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. So I'm going to talk a little bit here about TikTok. But before we even talk about it, I want to just say this. I am not on TikTok. I do have friends who share TikTok videos to me, like they'll send them to me.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And then I'll click on there, and then I'll see the video they sent me. And as soon as it's done, it'll show me like 4 other videos that it thinks that I would like to watch, and I've never, ever once thought I would like to watch any of those. So it may be...
I don't even watch videos. When somebody sends me videos, I just don't watch them.
It may be an amazing wonderland, and if you love TikTok, I have nothing against TikTok. I can tell you, I completely waste enough time on the stuff I'm on now. So
right.
I don't have time for anything else. But I'm going to read the story nonetheless. So here we go. TikTok, is there anything it can't do? A new viral ketchup bottle hack showed up on the site, showing a, quote, genius way to be sure you get every last drop of ketchup.
Okay.
Content creator Casey Rieger posted her test of the life hack with a bottle of ketchup at the start of a 24-second video. She says, okay, I saw somebody do this on TikTok and I thought it was genius, so I'm going to give it a try. She explains how most of us simply tap the closed cap of the bottle with open hand in an attempt to get out the last bit of ketchup. She demonstrates the method that she had seen, proceeding to spin her left arm in a counterclockwise motion as she holds the ketchup bottles from its base, spins it 7 times, then shows her TikTok followers that the very movement pushed the condiment down to the bottleneck toward the cap. She finishes the video saying, how cool is that, right?
Huh.
The video apparently is pretty cool. Over 22 million views.
Wow.
2.3 million likes and over 27,000 comments. And I know what you're thinking. John, do you have a link? I do. Who wouldn't want to see that? She just spins the bottle around. Okay, it's called Gravity, and we'll just... If you want
I
see
used to
it.
play Spin the Bottle, but it was a very different game.
If you'd like to see it, I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with not one but 2 amazing guests, and we're going to talk about Walt Disney. And I've said many times on the program, one of my favorite movies is like a movie a lot of people haven't heard of, Walt Before Mickey. And it's about Walt Disney before he was successful. And then we all know the chapter of his life where he was super successful. Greg Glasgow and Kathryn Mayer have put together a book about one of the final projects that Walt Disney did that didn't quite get finished. It's called Disneyland on the Mountain, Walt, the Environmentalist, and the Ski Resort That Never Was. We'll start with Kathryn. First of all, how did you guys find out about this project, and how is this something that became the subject of your book?
You know, we'd heard a little bit about this before, but it was really we visited the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco a few years back, and we had come across this mention. We thought, oh, that's right, he was going to build this ski resort. And it actually mentioned a famous Colorado skier. We're from Colorado. And so that kind of got us interested as well. And we basically began to researched very extensively this story, realizing that it was a lot more than just simply the fact that at one point Walt Disney had tried and failed to build this ski resort and year-round destination. And it was actually a much, much bigger story. It involved the environmental movement. It was years and years and years long, and it involved a Supreme Court case as well. So we knew that, someone should tell this story, and we wanted to do it.
I love that. Greg, now how far did he get in this project? Did he have a location? Did he have plans drawn up? Or was it just kind of, I want to do this someday?
He got pretty far down the road. So this area, Mineral King, California, was where he was looking to build this. This was an area that actually had been put up for bid by the Forest Service. They were looking for someone to build a ski area in this part of California. Walt was one of 6 people total that bid for the rights to do this. Disney won the rights. And then, unfortunately, Walt died about a year later after they had won the rights to develop. And they had done a lot of planning, a lot of concept drawings, things like that. But then once this kind of environmental battle started, nothing really ever got built. Nothing really ever got off the ground, so to speak. So lots and lots of plans, but really nothing ever built on the ground there.
So Kathryn, the location where they had planned to do this, is there something there now, or is it still untouched?
It is still untouched. When we say untouched, there's actually a handful of cabins. So that was actually a big part of the opposition too, is that even though it was largely undeveloped, there were, 60 or so cabins. So obviously the people who own the cabins certainly did not want this to happen because, more than likely their cabins would have been destroyed to make room for this. But essentially the story ends in the late 1970s, and this area, because it was on the border of Sequoia National Park, it eventually got annexed into Sequoia National Park. So that made it, not able to be developed.
So we won't be seeing Disneyland on the Mountain anytime soon, at least not in that location.
At least not in that location, but who knows? Maybe Disney could use another experiential destination to help them out a little bit.
The concept is a neat concept. Disneyland on the Mountain, where they would have, a whole ski resort. They've got properties all around the world now where there's, Disneyland, Disney World, and many other things. Do they have anything like this anywhere else in the world that you know of?
No, nothing else like this. This would have been really pretty unique within the Disney portfolio. That would have been this really recreational project that wouldn't have had a ton of Disney touches. Walt sort of said specifically, this is not going to be a theme park. It's going to be an area where families can come and ski, learn how to ski, celebrate the wilderness. So it really would have been unlike anything that they really ever did. And it would have been really only their second thing. At that point in time, it would have been the second project after Disneyland. So it's interesting to note that even their second project would have been so different from really everything else that they've done.
Again, my guests today are Greg Glasgow and Kathryn Mayer, authors of Disneyland on the Mountain, Walt, the Environmentalists, and the Ski Resort That Never Was. This book is available right now.
You can find out more about how to purchase it and also to contact us at our website, DisneylandOnTheMountain.com.
Greg, Kathryn, thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for talking with you.
Thanks so much, John.
Again, the book is available now. Disneyland on the Mountain, Walt, the Environmentalist, and the Ski Resort That Never Was. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Humans are the only animals with chins. I never thought about that. Like a dog and a cat, they don't really have a chin. It's just like their bottom jaw.
Huh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The vast majority of blind people in the United States and United Kingdom cannot read Braille. So even though there is a system for them, the vast majority, according to this, can't read that.
Huh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you've got an itch in your throat, you're supposed to scratch your ear and it'll go away.
Okay.
You just scratch your ear. Don't stick your finger in your ear trying to reach your throat. That's probably a bad idea. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If your last name is closer to the end of the alphabet, you are more likely to be an impulse spender. Well, that's kind of crazy.
Huh.
And our final fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
Most female cats prefer using their right paw. Most male cats prefer using their left paw.
Okay.
Well,
know
glad
why we
somebody
needed
did a
to know
study
that.
on that. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. In a survey, 25% of people say that they have been annoyed by a neighbor who does this. What is it? 25%. I'm going to just move on. I know what you're going to say. We're not going there. Plays a musical instrument.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, plays a musical instrument. 25% of people say they've been annoyed by a neighbor who plays a musical instrument. It doesn't say whether or not they're playing it well, but we'll just say maybe not. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Just in time for fall and winter sniffles, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, decided that something that's a popular ingredient in cold and allergy medications doesn't work. So for years, people have been taking medications. Now they're saying, that none of those work.
Yeah,
so,
we talked about this.
I know,
the
but
other day.
here are, and this was going to be my list, but I thought this is kind of still, I think it's weird. Here's some things they say could work. Sinus irrigation. It's where you send water with a salty solution through your sinuses, like neti pots and similar things do that. Warm compress and hot showers and hydration. That helps everything flow a little better. Getting a good night's sleep, believe it or not. If you're not sleeping well, your body doesn't fight infection as well. Here's another one that I've heard before, but I didn't know this was really a thing. Eating spicy foods. They say, yeah, it's true. It actually does help. There's a chemical in spicy foods that will help make your nose run. And chicken soup. No, not in your neti pot. Just eat it. So you don't need to put chicken soup in your nose. They're just saying eating chicken soup.
In fact, they don't recommend that at all.
It's actually the worst way to eat chicken soup is with your nose. But there was a 2018 study that found that it can actually help chicken noodle soup. And I think it's the fact that it's warm, but there's some, things in there as well. So I've got all of that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. The National Toy Hall of Fame has announced its finalists for induction for this year, for 2023. And we'll go through the list. Baseball cards. Battleship.
Is that really a toy?
Apparently. Battleship.
Okay.
Bingo. Bop It. Remember Bop It?
I remember Bop It.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh, that should have been in there a long time ago.
Choose Your Own Adventure books. Connect 4. Little Tykes Cozy Coop. Nerf toys. Slime. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
How many do they choose?
I think they choose 10. Also, for consideration this year, Ken from the Barbie and Ken movie, and Barbie and Ken. Barbie was inducted in 1998, but Ken has never been inducted.
Wow, poor Ken.
Finalists are judged on criteria, icon status, longevity, discovery, and innovation. This year's inductees will be announced, the official ones, on November 9th. But all of the ones I mentioned are up for induction. None of those have been selected yet.
Okay.
I guess we'll find out in November. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Now your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from Mark Twain. I love this quote. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence in society. that just makes me laugh. I just read that not too long ago, and it made me laugh that day, and it just made me laugh again today. Isn't that a funny quote?
It is.
The clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence in society. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's the headline for you. 40 people lift a bus to free a man who was trapped under a wheel. Yeah, a remarkable incident in Berlin. A young man narrowly escaped a life-threatening situation when he was trapped under a bus. Can you imagine being trapped under a bus?
That would be terrifying.
Despite the harrowing circumstances, he miraculously emerged with only minor injuries thanks to a collective effort of about 40 people. They all came together to perform a heroic rescue. An 18-year-old found himself pinned beneath the tire of the bus's rear axle after a mishap while attempting to catch the departing bus at a local stop. The quick response of the driver, who promptly halted the vehicle, coupled with the assistance of about 40 people, including both passengers and bystanders, led to a remarkable feat. Together, they managed to elevate the right side of the bus just enough to free the young man from his perilous predicament, as recounted by authorities. Frank Cruz, one of the courageous volunteers who participated in the rescue, recalled the chaotic scene. He said, "I saw the men trying to lift the bus, and it was clear to me that I had to help lift this bus and attempt to extricate the young man from underneath. Nearby medical professional from a healthcare facility came over and swiftly arrived at the scene and provided vital first aid." It is just amazing. Think about this. Can you even imagine picking up a bus?
No, that's crazy.
And I'm looking at the photo. It's not a little tiny bus.
Right.
It is a huge bus. It says, despite the frightening ordeal, the young man sustained minor scrapes and bruises and an arm injury. So you'd think that he'd be way worse than that. He was responsive, but very perplexed, didn't know what was happening. So he was discharged and got to go on his merry way. Berlin Police Department commended the collective efforts of all of those involved in the heroic rescue and wanted to say thank you to all of them, which is just amazing. I've got a link if you'd like to see the bus, if you'd like to read the story, if you'd like all the details. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.